I apply the pressure.
Honestly, bro, I'm all for people that make movements.
Right.
I make movements myself too, and that's kind of fucked up that you're being killed for your opinion, bro. Like, that's not what we do here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's about it. You know.
Did you ever see any of his work before?
Always, bro. TikTok, Facebook, he was all over, bro. Like, I enjoy watching his stuff, you know, showing people what was right, you know, even though people saw him as uneducated, bro, but he knew what's up.
Well, he didn't go to college, so would you consider that uneducated?
Nah, man. You don't need to go to college to be educated. I didn't go to college. I dropped out of high school, man. Straight up. You know, and I'm doing out here, you know, I'm doing good for myself, you know.
Right, so Charlie often talked about like black people committing crimes. How do you feel about it, the fact that he was killed by a white person, man?
Bro, that color thing, bro, is all made up, bro, by people that don't want us to be successful, man. You know, I'm a colored person myself, bro, and I've been oppressed by that too, and you know, I've been in that position where, you know, we've been blamed for things that it's not even true, man. We're out here trying to do the right thing all the time. You know, there is those people in between, you know, and that's in everywhere though. White, brown, black, anything. You know, it's not just black people, man. It's not.
For sure. Well, we definitely found out it's not just black people when he got shot and killed by a 22-year-old white kid, man. What's your name, bro?
Michael Duke.
All right, so we all seen the footage of Charlie Kirk getting shot and killed, bro. How did you feel about that?
How I felt about it was, I felt like the video was AI. Obviously, he passed away. Truthfully, on a platform that, you know, this is controversial. A lot of black folks ain't finna go with it, but he's a man that give a platform for every person to speak their voice.
Right.
Which is what America was built on.
Right.
Maybe we don't agree with what he has to say, just like every other person, we don't agree with what they have to say. But what he gave was that other politicians don't give is a platform where every person to speak their voice, which is what this country was built on. And it's fucked up, man. He was a father. He was a husband.
Right.
Just people love to say about no one was talking about the kids that got shot. Charlie was.
Right.
He was talking about them.
Right.
He was speaking on them.
Let me ask you this, because have you ever seen his content before?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like his content was like overly racist, just a little bit too much?
No, I don't believe his content was racist at all. When it comes down to the black family, when we go back in time and like we talk about stereotypes, you know, the black father not being in the household, that's a very new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Martin Luther King, back in Malcolm X time, you know, the black household was one of the strongest things in America.
Right.
And that's something that he preached for, you know. And it's sad that today the government and you know, these people that are in power have committed what they want to and painted us as how they want to, which is sad, man. Like, we come from a very strong, we kings and queens, man, you know what I mean?
Right. You know, Charlie, he really wasn't a politician, but he was grooming people into being politicians and stuff like that. Like, why was he so dangerous to America?
He was dangerous to America because he was speaking against what America's ideologies and what their, what their goal was, you know, to separate us.
Right.
To separate us and to get us separated. You know, one of the biggest quotes in history is divide and conquer. Mm-hmm. And he was against that.
So let me ask you this. There's a lot of people out there that's laughing and joking about the situation. How do you feel about those people that's finding this funny?
It's not funny. Just how people love to say, oh, but what about those kids? Just how those kids were children. He was a father and he was a husband. Mm-hmm. His kids suffer now. His kids got to live their life without a father. His wife got to live their life and raise not only a daughter but a son, and that's something that a mother cannot raise a man, because they don't live life as a man.
Why don't you tell the people who we standing here with?
My name is Abdul.
All right, Abdul, we all seen the video footage of the guy Charlie Kirk getting shot and killed, man. How did you feel when you saw that?
Man, listen, you know, no matter different party affiliations, no matter, you know, whoever you are, whatever your message is, nobody deserves to get shot and killed in front of their kids. I don't agree with them. A lot of people I know don't agree with them, but still, how it happened, terrible.
Do you think that Democrats are evil, bro? Because, you know, Trump being shot at like that, and now this guy getting shot and killed, you know what I'm saying? Is that a Democratic thing?
I don't think it's a party thing. I really don't think that. I think we live in a time that is, you know, we're all divided. That's what I feel like. I don't think it's a Republican or Democrat thing at all.
All right, so him being a father, man, are you a father?
No, sir. But I am an uncle.
Right, so him being a father and being gunned down in front of his family, man, that just makes it a little bit more terrible.
It does, 1,000%. Like I said, nobody deserves to be gunned down and killed in front of their kids, in front of their family like that at all. No matter how much you don't like him, despise him, what the bam, nobody deserves that.
What do you say about the people that's online, like, cheering on this and happy that he's dead?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? So that just shows that, you know, you're defeated. You can't beat the other side that you don't agree with your words and your ideology. So you cheer on for their death. You lost at that point, to me, in my eyes. But like I'm saying, I was never a fan of his. I did listen to a bunch of, you know, his seminars, whatever he had to say. So that being said, I feel like you know, it was wrong. It was wrong.
All right, so when you listen to him, did he come across as racist to you?
Did he come across racist? I don't feel like he was racist, but I feel like he had his convictions. He had his convictions. You know, he has his ways. If people took that he was just racist, then, you know, that's what they did. Me, I don't think that, you know. I don't look at one person as racist, whatever. If they disagree with me, you know, how they feel about it, you know, different things, you know what I mean? So him saying what he said, I don't look at him as it was a racist. I feel like he did a lot of things to get a rise out of people, and it's just easy to call somebody racist.
Right. All right, so do you think America, you know, after this, it's going to be probably a lot of new guys trying to take his place, man, that's even more extreme, man? How do you feel? Do you feel that could be true?
There's going to be 10,000 more people that are going to be replacing him that are going to be way more extreme than he was. And, yeah, we'll just see how we deal with that.
All right, and the person that shot him, man, he was a 22-year-old Caucasian, man. And it's kind of crazy because he was talking about, like, black-on-black crime when he was shot and killed. What do you think about the fact that he was killed by a white person?
Well, you know, he wasn't just a white person. The person that killed him, you know, the family that he came from was a Trump-supporting family, a long-life Republican family, a gun owner family. You know, they were the quintessential Republican family. Right. And so I don't know what happened and where it got misconstrued or where is, you know, what led him to doing that. And his own father turned him in. So that says everything about, you know, the times that we live in.
All right, bro. Well, I really appreciate you for giving your opinion and your thoughts on this situation right here, man. Holla at you later, bro. Peace.
Hey, peace, love, and unity.
Yep. Thanks, man. All right, man, so we out on the town, and I got my homie right here. I want you to tell the people what your name is, bro.
Ruben.
All right, so Ruben, man, is freedom of speech dead in America?
I'm not going to say that it's dead. I'm going to say that it's definitely in a chokehold.
It's in a chokehold.
It's in a chokehold. It's being choked out.
It's being choked out.
Yeah.
All right, so we all seen a video footage. I'm assuming that you saw the video footage of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed. Do you think that what he was saying is the reason why he was shot and killed, bro?
I'm not super familiar with who he is, right? So since then, I've been trying to become familiar to who he is. And so some of the things that I've heard him say, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason why he was killed. So the young man, 22 years old, that killed him, you know what I'm saying? At 22, are you that in tune? You know what I'm saying? Right. And nowadays, I guess a lot of young kids are a little more politically in tune than what I was. I'm 53. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Again, I've heard some of the wild things that he has said, though. You know what I'm saying? He said that black people don't deserve nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we should be over slavery. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that, right?
But is that a reason for somebody to take your life?
It's never a reason for somebody to take your life. Violence is never the answer, brother. You know what I'm saying? Never the answer. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's the world that we live in, to where life don't mean nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What about all the people on the internet that's celebrating his death, bro? What do you think about that?
To each his own, brother. You know what I'm saying? I got a God, I believe in God, so I can't celebrate that kind of violence. Right. You know what I'm saying? That kind of evil. You know what I'm saying? I probably haven't said the right things in my life. Should I be murked for that? You know what I'm saying? Man has a family, has kids, and that's just real talk. Do I agree with some of the stuff he say? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't think he should have been murked. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody should be murked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that doesn't give that man a chance to redeem himself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because again, we all have said or done some things, right? But then we grow. You never know what that man could have grown to.
Right, he was only 31 years old, man.
Exactly. Because for me,
I mean, Joe Biden changed his mind about black people.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. But again, for me being 31 to where I'm at 53, I think totally different, bro. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I was that dude out here too, but I grew up, bro. You hear me? My thoughts changed. You know what I'm saying? My relationship with God changed. You never know what that man's life could have took him. You know what I'm saying? Again, at the time, I didn't agree with what I've heard, what I know about him, what I learned about him. Because I didn't know who he was from Adam. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until that happened. And now I'm like, look, who's this cat? Why they...
Well, let me ask you this, because Malcolm X said it, right? It's two different kind of liberals, right? It's the ones, two different kind of racist people. It's the ones that say things in your face to you, like, and let their feelings be known. And it's the ones that actually do stuff behind the scenes that actually, hurt you as well. Would you rather for him to be the type of person that'll keep it?
Let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you. I would rather for you to put in my face, I respect you more, right, than to hide it from me. But guess what Trump is doing? Trump is letting it be cool to put it in your face. If y'all don't see that, dog, it's something wrong, right? And neither one of them is right, because there ain't a racist bone in my body, bro, right? With a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Really, this is the first white woman I've ever had a relationship with, and the coolest relationship I've ever had. Real talk.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's in your face, and it's being made to be cool to be in your face anymore, right? And again, to answer your question again, is I'd rather for you to put it in my face than to hide behind my back calling me a nigga. You gonna call me a nigga? Call me a nigga in my face.
Right, because
opportunity to punch you in your shit.
Right, because it could be people at your job that smile in your face, and the whole time they taking down notes to get you fired and stuff like that. And the people that is like that, we'll stay away from. Like, oh yeah, here come dude. Don't say nothing around him.
I fucks with him. but I'm an idiot. I fucks with him, bro. On my mama. And it's plenty of where I work at, right? I fucks with him.
Right.
I'll make you acknowledge who me do, whether you hate me or not. You gonna give me a smile, hey, or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with you. That's what I do, though.
Right. What's your name, bro?
I am Mitch Lurch.
All right, Mitch. Is freedom of speech dead in America right now?
No, but it's very much infringed upon. There's always certain words you can't say. But now you gotta be careful with what you say, because of the internet and how quickly news travels and stuff like that too. So, and there's like the woke mob too. Like they'll come at you if you say something they don't like. So you should be able to have the right to say what you want, but you should always be aware and conscious of what you do say. Right.
All right. So we all seen Charlie Kirk get assassinated on TV, man. What was your thoughts when you first saw that?
Yeah, I was like, wow. Like I actually know who he is. I'm kind of conservative, but yeah, it's not shocking because he does go to the college campuses and like pisses people off. So like, just by debating him, casually.
Right. You know, I don't feel like he should have died for talking to people, because he actually did have dialogue with all type of people from different walks of life. You may not have liked his opinion, but he did have an opinion, man. And he was killed in front of I think his wife and kids, man. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's sad that his kids won't grow up with a father anymore. And he's a martyr now, dying for something he believed in. And it's cheap, you know, like to kill somebody like that, you know, especially like shoot him from far away. It's cheap, you know. And I like the guy, you know, but the same people that killed him are the same people that tried to shoot Trump. And they're the same people that killed Martin Luther King Jr. And the same people that killed Kennedy Jr.
Right.
In my opinion, the same people.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Do you think the Democrats are evil?
Yeah, sadly, yes. Just by like how it seems like everything they support is kind of like on the evil side, like the entertainment and Taylor Swift and all that stuff, like how it's all like satanic and evil. So yeah, and like Hollywood, you know, it seems very evil to me, you know.
What do you think about people celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, I think they're idiots. You know, they're not, you know, it's gonna help anybody. They're a bunch of fools. So yeah, it's just like I had friends that were celebrating when Trump got shot too. I'm like, still, if you don't like the guy, you don't take him out that way. You know, you beat them with their views and, you know, debate them. You don't shoot them. So.
Right. You know, I think actually Republicans give you more freedom of speech than Democrats. And it's because when I talk to friends on Facebook, it's like block me and delete me if you don't believe what I believe.
It seems like a lot of Democrats are NPCs, like non-playable characters. Like they don't have a internal dialogue. They don't have that voice in their head. It seems like they just kind of go off of code or a script, you know, like they don't even have a thought for themselves. They just like spew the leftist points, you know, and like they don't even know why.
And try to force people to believe and take on those points, right?
Exactly. And I have friends that are Democrats and we debate, but we debate like maturely, you know, we're not going to get violent or hostile. And you know, some people, we just don't bring up certain subjects, you know, around certain people. That's just how it goes. I'm not going to hate you for your beliefs. I'm definitely going to kill you for it.
Who we standing here with?
Shoot, Frank.
All right, so I got a question to ask you. Is freedom of speech dead in America?
Nah, it can't be. Gotta have it. You gotta have it.
What did you think when you saw Charlie Kirk get shot on TV?
That was messed up. That was messed up, not for the workplace. That's really all I gotta say about that. I don't know too much.
Right. Do you think that from his rhetoric is what got him shot?
Sure. I mean, you gotta say what you gotta say, but I mean, you go saying too much and to the wrong people, it's not my place really, but you gotta say what you gotta say, man. Even though there should be, like, opposing sides, right. You can't have it be like one without the, it's gotta have the yin and yang. You can't have like, I'm so much more important. That's not how it is. It's gotta be like a together, it's yin and yang.
Right. What do you think about people that was on the internet celebrating his death, bro?
Shoot, I didn't like that. I didn't even really know about it, like, to be honest. But, yeah.
Are you familiar with his content?
Not really, no. Yeah, it says I'm talking on stuff that I don't really know a lot about. So, but the main question, like freedom of speech, if you got something to say, it's your right. It's your right.
Right.
I mean,
you shouldn't get killed for it. I don't think nobody should get killed for speaking on how they feel.
No, violence is never the answer. As much as like you know, if it's wrong and you want to fight on it, just be the bigger person. You know, that's that Marvel thing where it's like, as much as I want to fight, it's probably not the right thing. But
right.
I don't know. I don't know. You know.
Right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us, man, and giving us your opinion, bro. So who we have here with us today?
Nate.
Nate, how you doing, brother?
Oh, not bad.
All right, so I got a question. Is freedom of speech dead in America?
Not quite. But the ability of non-government entities to kind of restrict speech seems to be increasing. I mean, you have social media and social media companies that have really a lot of power over what can be not necessarily said, but seen or heard.
Right. All right, so we all seen the video footage, I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed, man. Do you think he should have got killed because of the rhetoric that he spoke?
No, not at all.
Not at all. All right, so he was killed in front of his family. That's what, I was told. How bad does that look on America?
That's not a good look at all. We're in for some real trouble here in the next coming months and years.
Right. So this guy was 31 years old. He was a father. He was shot by a 22-year-old person who whole family happens to be like registered Republicans, man. Why do you think that kid did that?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
None. I mean, who can really fathom like what kind of thoughts lead you to do something like that? It's tragic, but here we are.
All right, so people on the internet, some people are celebrating his death, man. What do you got to say about people that celebrating that?
It's really poor taste. And now, of course, we have free speech. You can do that, but it's not something I would look kindly on.
Do you think that Democrats are evil?
No. There's millions of Democrats. I mean, just like there's millions and millions of Republicans. They're huge groups of people you can't apply one word to. A group that size.
Right.
Other than that, they're all human.
Well, I really appreciate you for joining us, man. Enjoy your night, bro. Yeah, all right, so I got a question for you guys. Is freedom of speech dead in America?
What do you guys think?
I don't think it's dead, but it's threatened.
It's threatened? All right, so I'm gonna assume that all of us seen the video footage of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed. His rhetoric, it was kind of harsh, but I don't believe nobody should get shot because of what they say, bro.
No. I mean, that's the whole thing about freedom of speech. Like,
exactly.
You're actually supposed to defend it more for the people who say things you don't like.
Exactly.
Because, like, who's to say what's right or wrong? Like, for example, like, my family's actually from the Soviet Union. We don't have freedom of speech.
Oh,
like, no, like, you say anything against the government, you're in the gulags.
Yep.
Like, so that's why we came here. Because we want freedom of speech, we want freedom of religion, we want freedom of, like, whatever.
Thoughts.
And, yeah. So,
Right.
like, no, like, him getting shot in the neck because, like, you don't like what he's saying, like, it's not a good thing.
Right, because I'm into the media, so I feel like I shouldn't die because of something I say or something that I believe. I feel like nobody should die because of what they say. I think actions speak louder than words.
You have to, like, be an adult. Like, there's plenty of people I would love to kill, but I don't go out and kill them because, like, that's not okay. And, like, we have laws that say that's also not okay. Right. So, like, like, it's just, like, you shouldn't kill people unless, like,
so it is.
It is part of human nature. Kill, yeah, but don't kill people. Kill the bad energy. Kill the bad feelings. Kill the shit in the world. We have enough of that,
I mean, like, my personal opinion, I feel like some people I feel like should be killed. Like pedophiles.
Yeah.
Simple. Yeah. Like, that's not okay. And I think, like, the majority of people would agree that, pedophilia is not okay.
No.
Right.
Like, I mean, but then again, there's, like, fine lines and, like, who's to say what, but I feel like as a society, like, we've agreed that, killing is not a good thing.
Right.
So
there's a lot of people with mixed emotions on that situation. Like, some people are laughing and joking about the fact that he was shot and killed.
Have you watched the video? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, I watched that video. And, like me and my fiance, we watch horror movies every night. And, like, like, they're gory. But this is not like that. This is a completely different thing. Seeing a real bullet hit some guy in the neck and the blood squirting out. It's not funny. Like, it's actually really disturbing. And, like, I don't care, like, if you don't like the guy. Like, if he was, like, a pedophile, like I was saying, and someone shot him in the neck, yeah, I wouldn't be upset. But, like, he just had different views. And you can't kill people just because they don't agree with you.
Right.
Like, that's the whole point of, like, college. Like, I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a bunch of other associate's degrees. And, like, in college, the whole point was to use critical thinking skills. He goes to your college and he questions what you're about.
Right.
And you're supposed to debate him. And if you can't win that debate, the answer isn't you shoot him in the neck.
Right.
Like, get educated, and beat them.
Right.
Like, that's the whole thing. Get your facts, get data, and then have a debate. Like, that's the whole point of college, is to question what you believe, to use critical thinking skills.
Right. You know, one thing I liked about Charlie, he would debate people, like different people. It didn't matter your skin color, your sexual preference, or anything like that. So he was trying to actually have like dialogue and dialect with people. And I did like that part. So if somebody, like you said, if somebody was smart enough to checkmate him, they would have did it, and he would have been shut down or whatever. And like, remember Joe Biden. Looking back at Joe Biden, he's been in Congress and the president for many years. At one point, he said particular things about black people, but as he got older, he changed his mind. Do you think that Charlie could have changed his mind on certain things?
I mean, everybody can change, like, you know, and that's the whole point of like having a debate. You know, you talk to somebody, you lay down your facts, they lay down their facts, and you discuss it. And then like I've had lots of debates where I'm like, oh my God, I am actually really wrong. Like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. You know, like, I'm just, you know, chatting with my friends, you know, like, and I'm like, I do not know what I'm talking about. You know, and yeah, so I've changed my opinions, I've changed my views on things. Everyone can. And like, everyone should be open to hearing the other side. You know, because that's the whole thing. Like, freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. And actually, like, we did a song, so we just play it here. One of my lyrics is, freedom of speech without a leash, no matter the garbage that you preach. And like, I mean, yeah, you can spew whatever trash you want. Like, it's protected here in the US. Because like, you start by going, this is not okay.
Right.
And then it becomes a slippery slope, and all of a sudden, now nothing's okay. And like, we've seen this in movies all the time. And that's actually what really confuses me. It's like, in the movies, we're always, you know, rooting for the people that are being oppressed. But then, like, in our world, for some reason, it's not like that. Right. Like, we're going with the oppressor most of the time. Like, we're backing them up, giving them more power.
Right.
Like, the whole thing about, like, here in the U.S. is the government works for us. Like, we don't work for the government. They are here for us. And we forget that. Like, we worship all these people in Congress and like in the presidency and all that, but we shouldn't.
Right.
They answer to us, they work for us, we put them there. And if they can't give us what we want, then they gotta go.
Right.
You know? Like, it's really that simple. Like, that's the whole thing. That's why we came here. Right. Because like, in the Soviet Union, you don't have none of that. Like, you don't choose to go, I mean, you don't choose. They tell you this is who you chose, but it's not who you chose. They put some guy, and then he does whatever the fuck he wants, and then you take it. Right. And you know, it only lasts so long. That's why the Soviet Union collapsed.
Let me ask you this: has America been like what you thought it would be, or is it a little bit different?
It's a lot different. Like I remember when I was in college. Like, so I actually went to North Hennepin. It's a community college, and like, honestly, like, as a white person, I was a minority. But like, I never had a single issue. I hung out with Asian people, you know, Spanish people, black people, like Muslims, Christians, Jews, like everybody. Never had a single issue. I have friends, like, from every race and color. And like, now, like, it doesn't feel like that's like okay. Like I feel like they look at me differently because like I'm white, and it's like shit, I just got here. You know, I'm an immigrant. We came here with nothing. You know, my parents worked around the clock so that we can have, you know, a better future. I went to a community college because like we didn't have enough money to go like to the U of M.
You didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth.
No.
Coming to the country. All right, this is my last question right here. All right, for all of you guys, do you feel with the assassination of Charlie Kirk that Democrats are evil? I know that's a blanket statement, but do you feel that it's a
broad stroke to paint with? I don't think like you can just say they're all evil, but a lot of them are, I think, they've pushed it too far. You know, like, you know, today's like Democrats, I feel, are a little bit too far to the left. And that's the whole thing. Like, we're all supposed to be really moderate. You know, like, we should, like, be able to be like, oh, I agree with the Republicans. I agree with the Democrats on certain issues. But now it's not. You can't do that. You're one side or the other side. You can't be half and half. You can't have mixed feelings. You have to be like, okay, here it is. I'm for this only. Like, I will not listen to anything else. And that's actually not a good way to live life, like, about anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, you bring the facts to the table, you discuss the facts, and then, like, you can change what you believe, what you think is okay.
Right. You know, that's what I believe. And I believe once you get new evidence in, you should be able to change your mind. There's a lot of people that don't want to change their mind, and that's crazy to me. Like, why wouldn't you change your mind once new evidence is shown?
Yeah. Well, this might sound cheesy, but have you seen Rocky IV? Rocky IV is Rocky, he's USA, and then Ivan Drago, he's Soviet Union. And at the very end of they fight at the very end, and then he beats them, and then he does a speech, and he's like, I was looking out at you guys, and, like, you know, they didn't like him at first, but as the fight went on, the crowd started to shift. They started cheering for Rocky as opposed to Ivan Drago. And then, like, he beats him, and then he does the speech, and he's like, I saw you change, and that means, like, we can all change. And that's actually a really powerful statement. People don't really, you know, think about that. But, like, in that fight, he got people to change their perspective. You know, instead of rooting for their guy, it's like, you know, it's the USSR. Like, they want to win, they want to be the superpower, they want to be the hot shit. But they shifted their, like, who they liked to Rocky, who's USA, enemy of the Soviet Union, and they were happy when he won. So, like you can, people can change. You know, you just have to, like, his evidence was, like, he just wouldn't give up. You know, like, no matter how many times he got hit in the face and in the head, he just kept going and going, and eventually he beat Ivan Drago.
All right, so why do you think it's so hard for politicians to change or even open their mind to different things?
Money.
Exactly.
It's money.
That's exactly.
It's all about money.
Yeah, I was
like, okay, so, like, Nancy Pelosi and her husband, like, they're making tens of millions of dollars off stock because Nancy can, like, she was, I mean, previously when she was the speaker, she would control what policies, and she's like, hey, hubby, you know, invest in this shit. And then he would, and they would make a bunch of money. And it's like, okay, how is that fair? Right. Like, so what I started doing was I started buying the same stock that they were buying. And, like, I don't have the same money as they do, but I was making a couple $100 here and there. And it's just like, it's a corrupt system. They only benefit themselves. They, you know, they can't pass any bills. They can't keep the government from shutting down. They give themselves a raise. Like, that's the thing. They work for us. Why do they get to decide to give themselves a raise? We should decide that. And, you know, I don't think we want them to get a raise. I don't think we want them to have, you know, the best health insurance for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Like, no, it's incredibly corrupt. And it's all about money. And, like, that's actually what happened in the Soviet Union. All the top people, they sold out all their family and friends and all that. Like, when it collapsed, all those guys, they actually came here. You know, and they all got a bunch of money and they lived great lives. But then the Soviet Union collapsed and became a shithole. And that's why we left, because gangs took over and it was a nightmare. You know?
Right.
Like, all of our bank accounts dropped to zero. And we're like, what do we do now?
Right. Well, I appreciate you guys for coming through and giving your opinions on the show, man. You know, y'all have a good day, man. Oh, he playing some music.
Brush. I apply the brush. Brush. I apply the brush. Brush. I apply the brush. Yeah, brush. I apply the brush.